Hello everyone, as we all know, Volkswagen and software is not the most amazing thing, and with my ID.3 Walter back in the day there were some software issues with a lot of cars, ID cars, there was software issues, and it got extremely better with ID software 4.0 and the new hardware that is now in all the new cars that you're getting now, where you have different screens and you have different gear selectors. The hardware underneath has changed. The software is now 4.0, so it's overall better, it has more features and stuff like this. Spotify, you can preheat the battery and stuff like this. But very interestingly, you know that I own an Id.7 Pro for 7.5 months since December 15th, and I made a video about the software issues that I have, little bugs, nothing extremely major, but I have noticed that I have this Id.7 Pro here from Volkswagen as a press car that has the same software, same hardware and everything. It has different issues and things that don't work in Hank, my Id.7, work here. So I thought we talk about it. Before we start, I have to mention, isn't this car looking amazing in white? Maybe I chose the wrong color. In my blue, I barely can see the lines here and also this, because here the contrast between white and black is so amazing, where it is aquamarine blue to black, you can barely see it. So this looks great. Just had to mention that. Not a bug, but still annoying, is the privacy setting. That's you still have to press OK, otherwise you can't get into the infotainment system. A little update on the errors that I have in Hank. By the way, I have almost the exact same kilometer on the odometer than Hank. So I have a tiny bit over 15,000 kilometers. That's interesting. But my errors were, number one was the 12-volt battery, that when I don't drive the car for a few days, I have to unlock the car with the button. The auto unlocked keyless entry doesn't work. Internet connection is whack. Internet connection is gone and I cannot use the app. Now that Cindy is driving Hank 3 days a week, and me maybe sometimes as well, Hank doesn't stand around for a long time, and even then when it stays around, since it's summer, the 12-volt battery doesn't seem to be a problem. The keyless entry, yes, turns off, and sometimes the internet is not available when I'm in the car, but the app works for whatever reason. So I have no problem with that. Number two was that the internet connection got lost during the drive, and I had this in an ID.4 a few times. I had it in the ID.7 in Hank once, and since then I didn't have it anymore, so it's totally fine. Number three was Spotify, that sometimes it doesn't work. It's still the same because Spotify had an update, but it still fades in every song, which is not nice, and it sometimes has no connection even though internet is here. But I noticed with a restart of the infotainment system, long press on the on-off button here, most of the time it works again. Now to the stuff that doesn't work in Hank but works here, it's the massage. So when I use the massage here, there are two errors or two things that one thing that I thought is a setting, but and I would like it differently, but here it does it. The error that I have, any massage program that I use, there are a lot of programs, any program that I use, if intensity is on full, it doesn't matter what time I put in here. If intensity is full and the time is from 10 to 30 minutes, it just massages for a minute. I have to do the intensity to half, then it works. In this car here, it works perfectly. And the other thing, what I thought was a setting, is that every time in Hank, when I start the massage on the button on the seat or in here, it starts with the first one, and I thought that's a setting that every time you get into the car, like with the drive mode that is in comfort, every time you start, that this is a setting when you start the massage, you're in this. But I love the one here that does the bum as well, one of those two, and I would like this one. And in Hank, every time I started with the button, or in here, it is on the first one. And in here, it remembers the last time that I used. So I can just get into the car and press the button on the seat, and it just does the same setting that it did last time, which is amazing. I love that. I want that. So I have a hope that at some point when I get a software update, it will work. This function is not available at the moment. Error message that I get in Hank when you start seat cooling right away when you get into the car. I get this in here as well, and it has all to do with seat cooling or seat heating. It just happens in the beginning, so the first minute or so that can happen. It's not a big deal. And now to the weird error that I get in this car. And it's two things that have to do with charging. I charged this car AC at home, and it showed me wonderfully down here that I'm charging with 10 kilowatt, and it takes an hour and 20 minutes till it's at the desired charge limit. Wonderful. But the first error that I get, I have my charge limit at 80%, it charges to 83%. I've done this 3 times, and 3 times it charged to 83%. That's not a big deal. But also, why? And the second thing is, I charged this car at a supercharger, and it charged. It showed me here in the main display I'm charging, and it takes 20 minutes. But in here it showed this. It didn't show with how much power I'm charging, how long does it take. The range went up, the state of charge went up, but I didn't see in here that I'm charging, and that has never happened in any ID car that I had before. This is so weird. So this in here didn't work with charging, but the main display, the cockpit, it worked and showed me how long does it take, but not the power. I had the power I could only see in the app or in the Tesla Supercharger app. And as you can see, it still has ID software 4.0. In a few days I get the Id.7 Tourer, and I hope this has 5.0. If you get an Id.7 now and it was built in the last few weeks, I don't know, 1 or 2 months, you will get 5.0 as well. If it's being built right now, maybe you get even a higher software. I don't know. I'm still at 4.0. I didn't get a 4.1 update yet. I was told it will come soon. It's not. The same with the 5.0, both over the air, by the way, 5.0 as well. I have not gotten any update. The only update I got was at the dealer, 5.01 for the drainage of the 12-volt battery. That's the only thing I got, so we'll see. And I want to see then with ID Software 5.0 that the Id.7 Tourer hopefully has, to check out the new app features where you can lock the car. I hope I can do that even though it's not my car. And maybe it even has the remote parking. We'll see. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes on this channel, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.